So are those just like some generic mass-produced Gundam models that are on the back ends, the G blasters? Or gun blasters.
They're basically Regazis or Jagans, what have you.
That's fair. For grunt suits, they look pretty good though. Like you gotta struggle in this time period to find really good grunt suits. I find if your name isn't 8th MS team, which is cheating because that's like late 90s.
Yeah, because this is UC 153 after all.
Yeah, when they shit really good. Then again, this is the show with the fucking tire enemies, so I mean, it can't be too mad, really.
The Iron Rod.
It's just the. I'm gonna bring back the classic art form of driving.
That guy's probably gonna be in this game.
There's a chance of that.
So yeah, as far as Marbet and Junko's relationship goes, they at different times used to date the same guy. He left one of them for the other one, and then in the end, Junko ends up dying. Oliver ends up marrying Marbet, impregnating Marbet, and then dying while she's pregnant.
That went places. Okay.
So yeah, it's both Marbet's victory and her loss. She got impregnated by her man, but her man ended up dying.
Haha, can't charge me for child support if I'm dead.
Yeah.
That was a very dark joke I just made, but also knowing Tomino, that might have been the idea.
One of these days, we're gonna have to find out if he's ever been divorced.
Domino? Yeah, actually, yeah, man. Wait, is Marbet straight up piloting a variation of the V Gundam?
Yeah, so the thing about the League Militaire is that, funny enough, despite being very small, only like a handful of people, they have apparently so many mobile suits in reserve, and since the victories have interchangeable parts, you can be like, yeah, you can go ahead and destroy the legs or destroy the arms of it in every single battle, and we'll just have more pieces in reserve for you to reattach to them.
Damn.
So they have enough pieces for at least three pilots to have their own victory Gundam. Those being Uso, Marbet, and Oliver.
Imagine actually having enough parts for spare Gundams. Holy shit. I'm just not used to that concept with how especially with fucking IBO, how it's so difficult to even keep it up to spec. The Barbados, man.
Yeah.
It took fucking Teiwas in order to get at the specs, and even then, it took like 2 years for the lupus to happen.
So yeah, they have a never-ending supply of Victory 1 and variant Gundams, and then magically they end up halfway through the show. They end up creating the Victory 2 Gundam, but everyone else is still on V1 Gundams, and Uso is the only one that gets a V2 Gundam. So at some point it feels like, okay, where did your infinite supply of interchangeable pieces go?
Yeah. Setsuna getting the 00 Riser and essentially entering warp space.
Yeah.
That's what just really comes to mind for me with that, but yeah. So actually, I also want to point out, man, I'm so used to the literal dozens of enemies that can swarm the screen at once in Cross Rays. And here we have like 3? 5?
The first 4 stages are all tutorial stages. Trust me, they don't make a map this big for no reason.
That is a good point. I will keep that in mind.
They don't make 20 or maybe even 30 by 30 grids.
I actually got to the very last mission of 00 last night while I was on the bus heading home from work. And being honest, I think there might actually be more enemies on that screen than there are on the final L stage in Awakening of the Trailblazer. Like, it feels like it.
That wouldn't surprise me.
At least there's not a fuck ton of Mimic Elses that can copy you into turn to, like, Mimic Jinxes that are a motherfucker to deal with for regular units.
Yeah, those latter Trailblazer stages can be motherfuckers sometimes.
Please don't send me to the guillotine, Jesus. I love that.
Like, dude, you don't gotta worry about that.
You don't gotta worry about that. You're about to melt into the slag anyway. Hello.
Aha.
This guy. Poor dude.
This is Chronicle Asher, the first post-Char clone.
Yep.
Technically,
and
the
bad
first.
luck with women.
On the contrary, he gets. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Because he has Katejina following him the whole show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, bad luck. Like there's getting no woman, and then there's getting bad, undesirable ones. Sometimes I would qualify that as the latter.
So yeah, he's the first post-death of Char clone. The technical first Char clone is Glemmy.
Yeah.
Which, what's funny, I think it's in Robot X. You can actually recruit Glemmy to your side.
Yeah, that's right. You do a bunch of shit in these past games, man.
You can do a lot of stupid shit. You can recruit almost all of Neo Zeon in every game to your side.
Getting Camille Avis Funk in one of the prior games with Shaw on your team. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. You can fucking, if you play your cards right, you can recruit Full Frontal.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, these games are crazy if you know what you're doing, which I did not when playing the first game. So that was kind of unfortunate.
So I should probably mention this. The only reason I actually started really playing SD Gundam was because I was at work super bored, and I needed something to be able to play at work to kill the time while I had some busted, very heavy drifting Joy-Cons. You guys know what I'm talking about if you play a Switch. So until a new one showed up, I was like, all right, I'll start playing SD Gundam, and oh, I'm still playing SD Gundam. Oh shit, I'm still playing SD Gundam. Oops, it's been 3 weeks, I'm still playing SD Gundam.
You needed something good you could play with the D-pad, I getcha.
Yeah, yeah, essentially.
Oh, that reminds me, another reason why I prefer the head-on perspective as opposed to the isometric perspective. If you try to use the D-pad in this game with the isometric perspective, if you go down, it's actually going left and not down. So the only way to get properly move in the direction you want is with the analog stick.
So can I ask about the pink bubblegum mech that Chronicle there is piloting?
That's the Contio. He goes through 3 or 4 different suits. His final suit, the Rig Contio, is black. He gets a black one, a bright orange Bumblebee suit. Yes, a Bumblebee suit because he was either the leader of or a member of the team called the Yellow Jackets.
Spot on.
He's a sub-commander until he ends up becoming one of the highest-ranking members of the Zonskir Empire by virtue of the fact that his sister is the queen.
Oh, nepotism, love it.
His sister is the queen, and the queen is Shakti's mother.
Sorry, I'm processing that for a second.
Yeah, I know.
Like biological daughter, or?
Yes.
I mean,
yeah. There's a.
I mean, props for the mom or for the queen for having varied taste, but okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they tell you that happen in Victory Gundam that don't really track if you think about it. If she's the queen of a colony for basically ever, how exactly did she end up railing a dude on Earth from India?
Yeah.
And how did that dude on Earth from India manage to get the child into Sweden?
Yeah. Is this Depression Tomino era? It feels like it.
Well, remember, Victory is the show where they were like, yeah, we're gonna wait to introduce the Gundam until episode 4. No, you're gonna put the Gundam in episode 1, and even if you have to tell the story backwards, you're gonna put the Gundam in episode 1.
Oh yeah, that one, right.
Because we're the ones that are we're the people that are giving you all of the money to make these shows.
Yep.
And if you don't placate us, we're gonna stop funding you.
I do genuinely feel bad for Tomino sometimes with not even necessarily having your artistic vision warped like that, but more so being like literally holding a gun to your head and being like, you will market for us or you die. Thanks, corporate Japan, you're fun.
And then G Gundam happened, and then it's like basically the same thing as trying to sell Transformers toys or GI Joe toys in the form of a TV show.
Yeah, true. You know, one could argue that introducing final forms of mechs later on in this show would actually make them sell better. I'm just saying.
That's kind of what they were doing as early as Zeta, with the Mark II being the primary suit for the first 30 episodes and the Zeta taking over.
Yeah.
Same with Double Zeta, Zeta to the Double Zeta.
I think that's a good way to go about it.
And that was what they ended up doing with Victory as well, where there were a couple of variations of the Victory Hexa, the Victory Dash.
I know I keep mentioning this, but you even kind of do that with Double O, like with the Double O Riser.
Yeah, and things like the GN arms.
Yeah. I would get a fucking Double O Riser. You know, it'd be a motherfucker to stand up in a gun platform. Fuck it.
Yeah, selling little attachments and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, what do we know? We're just the consumers. We don't know what we want, herder.
What do we know? We're just the only people in the West that buy Gundam.
I know, right? We're the only dumb bastards in the West who claim to buy Gundam. Weird shit.
Hey, I totally just got into buying Gundam toys 7 months ago and spent like $700 on them.
And fetus deletus.
I wasn't even looking at the screen. What was it this time? Oh, Katejina.
Ah.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yep, there we go.
Right, so at this point in time, Uso thinks that Chronicle kidnapped Katejina to use as a hostage, but no, Katejina willingly went with Chronicle because she's like, I don't want to be a chore girl for a military that I have no vested interest in their success or loss.
Okay, but like free roof over your head, though. Goddamn.
The only reason I'm even here right now is because Uso brought me here.
Free roof over your head, though, but okay.
Something she hates violence until she turns into a fifth-wave feminist who says, let women rule or I will literally kill you.
Yeah, until she turns to like the parody form of what Tomino probably thinks feminism looks like. Thanks,
If Rekawa is like a 7 or 8 on ridiculousness scale, then Katejina is a 15.
Yeah. Thanks for the Beerus analogy there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not what I had in mind, but yeah, we'll roll with it.
Yeah, let's go with that. No, I fully understand what you're talking about, though. More so especially with just, like, the really skewed fucking motivations. Like, goddamn, dude. Like, sure, you want to become a radical feminazi? Go for it. I don't care. But make it compelling, though. Oh, it's not compelling? Oh, it just got shoehorned at the very last second? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, Victory is... I don't even know if it's necessarily a case of rewrites happening over the course of the whole series, but at some point, someone definitely lost the plot entirely.
Oh, man. I often get the feeling that with anything involving Tono, there is often heavier rewrites that happen in the middle of the fucking show. And sometimes you can track it.
We already know that happened with quite literally every TV show to that point.
Yeah.
What with the slashing of deadlines and budgets with 79 and having to change the ending and entire narrative of Zeta and Double Zeta.
The original script that was pitched for Char's counterattack.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like the idea of actually bringing back Camille. That was actually that was a terrifying idea, but also that would have been like, I think that actually would have worked in some poetic kind of way. Now,
well, the version that would have amounted to was Camille would have filled in the slot of Gus.
Yeah,
he would have been turned into a cyber, which theoretically would have got him with a semi-functioning brain again. But at that point, he wouldn't have been an ally to Char. He would have been a slave to Char.
Yeah.
So in the end, I think I'm happier with the ending for Camille that we got.
No, especially since the end of Double Zeta did actually show him like recovered and he was functioning again. Something that is often kind of overlooked, and I was shocked shitless, and actually did bring genuine tears in my eyes when I saw that happen. Oh my fucking god! But man,
yeah, it's like it's something that's just looming in the background for the entirety, and it's like, okay, he finally has interaction with people that understand him, that are close to his age. He's finally coming back to his senses.
like he starts off literally in a bed, but then after, I like to imagine, dude, it was actually probably helped along with meeting Judo. Like he meets Judo, then later on, like he's able to actually get up out of bed. Later on, he's able to run in the streets. Then he's able to help coordinate an entire battle with his new type abilities, which is fucking baller when you think about it. And then at the very tail end, he's actually able to just run and play with Fog, and that's really heartwarming and touching. I like progression like that. It's good stuff.
And depending on what extraneous material you read, something in one version or timeline, Camille might have even become a doctor and abandoned any and all combat, even his karate.
I'm not a healer, or I'm a healer, but Cox gun. I would have liked it like that. Be like a doctor, but still being able to lay under her. I think that would have been sick.
Genuinely, that's still one of the best memes in Gundam history.
I fully agree. Anyway,
go watch Gundam X on all no platforms it's on.
Yeah. Do what you want, but pirate is free.
Oh boy.
This is a design that I can tell I'm going to want to punch in the face in no time.
Yes, but also the designs from Victory don't translate super well into this modern art style.
Dude, this isn't even a character from Victory, the blonde one. He's just straight up a kid from Origin. What the fuck?
Yeah, you look at all these characters and you can tell, even without knowing what they're supposed to actually look like, that these designs don't translate well to
yeah. Yeah, like, no, seriously, this kid Warren, straight up from Origin. Holy shit.
Yeah, the only characters that kind of make it out okay are Uso and Marbet.
Yeah, it's because I can definitely tell there's like more of the love put. It's the eyes. It's really a lot of it's the eyes.
Yeah,
because like the 90s anime definitely has like the trademark with like a lot of shading on the face that look really good. I want
to highlight this kid for a second because he actually has an actor, which means he's going to be a playable unit later.
Yeah.
Were you familiar with that listed Seiyu?
No, I didn't see a Seiyu. Who was it?
Tomokazu Seiki. You've heard that name before. Do you know where you've heard it before?
Tomokazu Seiki. I feel like you're right. I feel like I have seen that name before. Point me in a direction.
Well, for starters, he ends up playing Domon Kashu.
Oh. Okay.
Literally the next show.
Okay. That's a promotion and a half right there.
So from playing a minor good boy that sits in the back of the class most of the time in this show, to put it in a certain way, to the main character Screamy Boy of the next show.
Yeah.
But you'll also know him as Ishida Mitsunari from Sengoku Basara.
It works! It fucking works too well. God.
You hear him scream once, and you can hear every single character he's ever played.
Also, I never made a connection between Dolmen Kashu and Mitsunari, and wow, that just connects so many fucking dots right there. I'm going to note that for later usage.
Yeah.
What for? I don't know, but it'll be for something.
What's going on right now is, after the battle ended, they found out that, oh yeah, those kids ended up getting thrown out of the airlock. So, hey, Uso, you might want to come here and find out that, A, your girlfriend stowed away on our ship, but also got thrown out the airlock. So we're going to have to come to terms with that.
Yeah.
Wait, no, my new type senses are kicking in. I can feel that she's definitely still alive somewhere out in space.
Yep.
In just her normal suit.
That's another Star Wars reference. And fucking just straight being able to detect, sense people if they're alive. Can't really tell distance, but you can tell they're alive.
There's another instance in Victory later on where there is a character from the Zonskare Empire who fails a couple of times, and so their punishment for failure is not the guillotine, it's literally being launched out of a cannon in space.
That's That's borderline comedic. What the fuck? Did you ever watch the what were they, the insta kill attacks in Guilty Gear Xrd?
Yes.
May's insta kill.
Yeah.
The one where you just shoot someone out of a can. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, like that, but in space. And it's okay. You'll have enough air and food or vitamins or whatnot in your normal suit and water to last you 3 days. Oh boy, here it comes. I told you Ji-Chuan is going to be a character.
I've down the seats personally.
I will personally wipe off and maybe lick up your ass sweat.
Oh boy.
So he's not obscene about it. Trust me, we'll get to
it. It could be worse, yeah. I mean, Mahalia here, I would be that much of a simp for, but god damn it.
Trust me, we'll get to obscene in the space of this very demo, but at this point in time, he's still a charming enough character and design that's like, okay, we'll let a few of these slide.
Yeah. I'm numb enough to some of this shit thanks to just like general Japanese ethos that I won't let it bother me too much. If it starts getting excessive, then we'll have words.
Look, at least he's not Roshiing.
True. Oh boy. Do actually like Junko's milk design. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I'm not sure how I feel about one of them being named Peggy though. Not only because of the funny implications of that, but also because I genuinely do not know anyone below the age of 50 named Peggy.
Ain't you never watched King of the Hill? Meanwhile, Uso here bags another older woman.
Which one? Oh.
That was what the ponytail girl said in in reference to Small.
You know, it's funny because like our AZ here, Oz, I'm just gonna call her that. Like, she's not even that much smaller than the rest of these characters. Funny enough, because this is back in the olden days before Gundam started giving women actual busts.
Yeah, they're all in their early to mid 20s, and she says that she's 16. So they're like, you know what? We like you already. You should join the Shrike team.
Yeah. Hope that goes well, considering Victory Gundam.